Over the past few years on the channel, I've made a lot of DIY obstacles and videos showing how to make them, including this Takis and Lucky Charms box half pipe, a wooden picnic table made out of Jenga blocks, and this kicker platform force stair with a grind rail. But I've yet to make a video on one of my favorite and easiest obstacles to make, which is the wooden bench made out of Jenga blocks. So in today's video, I'm going to show step by step how to make a wooden bench out of Jenga blocks. Before I get started on this build, I want to say a huge thank you as well as shout out to all the new channel members. Thank you so much for your support. It's really helping the channel grow. And if you do like videos like this, make sure to like as well as subscribe. It helps out a lot. And without any further ado, let's get right into the build. So this is the wooden bench. I've made a bunch of these in the past, and I really like the scale of them, and it's fun to do some little miniature tags on it as well. A pack of Jenga blocks will make a few of the smaller benches. And in this video, I'm actually going to try and make a longer bench. You can make pretty much any size bench that you'd like to, but I have tried the smaller ones in the past, and it is a lot of fun, and it's a nice size just because it's really easy to take around. However, it is a little bit on the short side. So for this one, I'm going to make an XL bench and try and make it almost double the length of the 3-piece bench that I've made in the past. I ended up putting together all of the pieces. And whenever putting together one of these benches, especially with the cheaper set of Jenga blocks, it's best to lay them out before trying to glue them together just to make sure that they're all cut straight and that they all kind of fit together. And I've got all my pieces put together and laid out the way I want them. So I'm just going to get started by gluing the end pieces. And I like to use just a little bit of glue, just enough to cover everything. Once all of the ends that I'm putting together have glue on them, I'm just going to put them all together, starting at one side and working my way to the other. If any extra glue squeezes out, it's a good idea to take a wet paper towel and just wipe it off while it is wet. It's a lot easier to get the glue off while it's wet before it dries than trying to sand it. For this part, it's important to be on a flat surface, but if you're worried about the surface getting glue on it, you can always put down some wax paper and work on that. Once all the longer pieces are together, it's important to let it sit for about 30 minutes to an hour before adding the legs to it. With the 3 longer main pieces of the bench together, I'm going to glue 4 pieces together for the legs of the bench. And following the same process, just spreading the glue really thin here, don't need a lot. With the 2 Jenga blocks glued together long ways, I'm just going to add a little bit more glue on the edges of these 2, and then take 2 more that are together and put them all together to make a 2x2. These are going to make some really nice legs for the bench. And with them all together, I'm just going to let them sit a little while and dry. And I'm cutting out the packaging or the backing of a tech deck in the 4 different pieces. I'm going to use this to kind of space everything out and keep everything equally spaced while the top part of the bench is being glued together. And with the 4 spacer cards in place, I'm just going to add some glue to each of the legs of the bench. With both of the legs glued on the bench, I'm just going to make some minor adjustments to make sure that everything's aligned and that the top pieces are still equally spaced out. And with everything in place, I'm just going to let it sit overnight and come back the next day and sand everything down, make sure that it's nice and smooth. I'm just taking a piece of sandpaper and a Jenga block and wrapping the Jenga block in the sandpaper. This will help make sure that everything is nice and flush, starting by sanding down the top part of the bench and working to the sides as well as the legs. I definitely recommend doing this part outside just because the sanding makes a lot of dust and mess. I did the main part of the sanding outside, and with everything nice and smooth, I'm really happy with how this bench came out. All that's left to do is try it out. But looking at it, it looks like it's going to be really nice for doing grinds on as well as tricks. And right away, I noticed that it is still pretty lightweight, and on a smooth surface, it slides around. So I'm going to go ahead and add some foam grip tape on the bottom of the legs. And in the past, I've used sticky tack as well, which works really well, holding it down. This stuff I tend to like a little bit more just because it's not as messy and you can kind of move it around to different surfaces It doesn't pick up all the dirt off of the table. And to cut out the foam grip tape, I'm going to do it just like I would with a board, using the file on my X-Acto blade with the blade part out. And this will give a nice cut around the edges. And with the grip cut out on the bottom of the legs, the bench stays in place a lot better and actually feels really solid. All that's left to do is try it out and get a quick little trick sesh on the bench. And already I can tell that I really like the length of the bench. It's a lot easier to do combos on, and it's just a little bit more fun to do longer slides and grinds. The XL bench is definitely a bit more forgiving when it comes to doing tricks, especially flip tricks and combos. There's just a bit more room to work with. That being said, the shorter original bench is still a really nice size, and it provides a bit more challenge, and you just have to be a little bit more precise with tricks. But that being said, both of them are a really nice, super versatile obstacle. Let me know in the comments if you end up making one, if you end up making a longer one, shorter one, or both. That about wraps up this DIY build video. If there are any other obstacles you'd like to see me make in the future, let me know that in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and if you did enjoy, make sure to hit the like button, as well as subscribe and turn on post notifications for when I post my newest videos. And if you'd like a chance to get your name tagged or some artwork that you'd like to request in the park, make sure to put that in the comments down below. The goal is to cover as much of the DIY park in art and tags as possible, so put your requests down below, and I'll make an update video once I get more art and tags done, and I'll show also how I made the double hubba down rail going down the stairs. And all the other videos for the DIY are up now if you want to check them out. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, peace.